Happy Thor's Day. It is the day after the night before. Last night I watched on Channel 4 the Chris Packham feature, Is It Time to Break the Law? And it was compelling, deeply disturbing, and powerfully invoking. Go watch it if you've the chance and the inclination. Obviously, it is a free world at the moment. You have free choice. Some of the statistics Chris Packham uses are frightening, and they're shaming. They are shameful on us as a species, that we cannot, we can't live amongst ourselves with all our superiority. What we're doing to this wonderful place, this planet, we should be ashamed of ourselves. It's not good. And, we can't just avoid it or put our head in the sand. It's slowly, well, not slow, it's not even slow, it's rapidly we are consuming and destroying everything. We can and should be so much better and so much more responsible to the life that we share on Earth. It's no wonder, that so much negativity is rising, expanding, devouring. All the devouring is going unchecked. And no one is going to save us. We have to do the legwork. We have to be responsible for not just our fortunes in the now, in the here and now, but we have to take responsibility for what we leave for the future, if there is a future. I urge you to watch Chris Packham's Channel 4 show, Is It Time to Break the Law? Really, there are two things I took from the show, the presentation. The first one is probably the most important one, which is, if you are reaching out to get a message across, you should not insult or inconvenience the people you want to have on your side, which is the general public. You want them on your side. This is how weight of numbers in what we value as a democratic society is really, really important. So when you get protests that frustrate and inconvenience the general public, they're not going to be on your side because you're upsetting them. So methods have to be explored and found that can get the message across and bring the general public to your side. And the second point is, sadly, peaceful protest is limited in what it does. A protest has to make, a government or the people responsible for looking after such things as conservation, you have to make them uncomfortable. This doesn't have to involve breaking the law. You need to expose what is being failed and bring public opinion to the side where the right action needs to be achieved. I think the most heartbreaking thing watching the programme is seeing Chris Packham himself struggle with the reality of his situation. That he has campaigned peacefully, honestly, for at least 30 years and is overwhelmed by the feeling that that peaceful protest has achieved nothing. To have to consider breaking the law. There's a conversation where in the program that he is it's suggested to him that as a public figure he should be one to break the law, because this is likely to create a cascading effect that brings the changes that need to happen into an arena where something might actually happen. And that's an incredibly hard situation to have put upon you. And it's terribly frustrating, but no matter how hard you might try to do the right thing in a legal way for 30 years, that during the course of those 30 years, you see, and I think I'm quoting this correctly, 69% of wildlife destroyed, gone. It's not we've hit a 25% marker, which, should be alarming in itself. That should be a red line. And even if you go, okay, well, we should maybe start doing something, investigate what we should be doing, because if 25% of wildlife is no longer here, we need to be doing better and seeing what we can do. You might then go, well, our next threshold is maybe 50%. That's even 50% sounds an unacceptable line that we should never have crossed. That's not living alongside other life that creates a cycle of making all the things we value work. But we've smashed through that as well. 69%. That's not far away from we have a quarter of wildlife left on this planet compared to 30 years ago. There's been concerns about things like bees and the vital work they do in their lifestyle that supports other life. And you got to ask yourself, when are we going to learn that we need all the things around us to make it all work properly? We'll reach a point, we'll reach the water we drink will start to poison us. The earth we till to farm will stop producing food for us. Or it will be corrupt, and it'll poison us. The sky, the air we need to breathe, will stop being breathable. We'll not be able to survive. And we'll reach a point where it's, how did we let it? Why? How did we let? If only someone had said something, and if only someone had done something. Wealth, money, riches, material wealth, yeah, maybe it's great while you are alive and you can possibly pass it on to your descendants. But if there's no world, what does it matter? The truest wealth, and I have for a short time been wearing a Fei Hurun, which to some extent represents wealth. It's not necessarily riches and money. Wealth is also in the company you keep, the life you lead, the people you have in your life. And sometimes there's no greater wealth than being able to enjoy green spaces, see animals just going about their daily routines and breathing in clean air and appreciating that is something that is divine, rich, and so easily enjoyed. Do what you can, if you've the time, to find out more. See if you can do more, support more. I have my Patreon set up, the Raven Banner, to support the idea of Project Yord, which is to support charities that support important projects. We need to defend Midgard. I'm not sure that, why would the gods be on our side with this when we are the cause of so much damage to Yord, to the things that have been given to us, that the exercise of responsibility is not something to be dodged or assumed to be done by someone else. We are all responsible. We can all make a difference. We are our deeds, and our deeds are known. Cradle the earth, clear the water, calm the skies. We are our deeds, and our deeds are known.